Kidstown friends. Welcome to another episode with Science at Home with Auntie Sandy. It's really good to see you all. I miss you guys so much. I miss my Kidstown kiddos and my friends and my family there. But we're going to have a little fun with science today. Let's start off with a Pepsi and Mento volcano. You know what a volcano is, right? It's an eruption. So what we're going to do here is first we have soda, and I'm using Diet Pepsi. Diet soda actually works better than soda with sugar. There's a scientific reason for that. So I'm just using Diet Pepsi. You can use any diet soda. This is the 1 liter. You can use a 2 liter or 1 liter size, whatever. I got this 1 liter at the dollar store, so it was not that expensive, $1. And then we're just going to take, I buy Mentos candy, lots of them, so we can have a lot of fun with that. So then I'm just going to take about 5 or 6 of the Mentos and put them in a test tube that I have here. Then I'm going to explain this to you before we do it. I take the test tube and I flip it over on this piece of cardboard, and then I'm just going to, of course, I would take the cap off the Pepsi, and then I was just going to pull the paper away, and the Mentos will go into the Pepsi, and I'm going to run real fast backwards, and so we can see the eruption. Now you say, Auntie Sandy, I don't have a test tube. Can I still do this? Absolutely. You just take your Mentos, take a nice big piece of tape, and tape them together with a little bit for you to hold it, and then just drop the whole thing, tape and all, into the Pepsi. Or even you can even use this little tube as a little chute. Now, recently I had a couple of Kidstown friends over to help me with some science. And you'll know them. Their names are Abby and Amani. Abby and Amani came over and we did some science together, and we did the Pepsi volcano. This is definitely an experiment to do outside. So why don't we go outside and see how this worked out. So we're back. So what did you think? Did you have fun with the Pepsi volcano? I love that one. So why did it happen anyway? What's going on? Well, actually, so the surface of Mentos candy are kind of rough. And then when you drop that into the soda, it actually disturbs or disrupts the soda. And the soda kind of attacks or comes to the candy, and it releases the carbon dioxide in the soda. And the carbon dioxide is what makes the soda fizz. It really happens with other kinds of candy too, but it's just the Mentos that are such a nice rough surface that really the soda reacts with them. Okay, so we have one more experiment for today. Now this one is actually going to take a little patience because you set it up, but then you have to wait a couple of hours to see the result. But let's just set it up down here. All right, I've got 3 little glasses here, and I'm going to fill, like half fill 2 of them with water, the outside 2. All right. Just fill it with water, and then I'm going to use food coloring. You know, everything's better with food coloring. So I'm going to use blue and yellow. You can use any colors you want. Those just work particularly nicely in this. And then I'm going to take just a tissue, and so I'm just going to kind of roll it up like this. Roll this tissue, and then sort of twist it. All right, so I got a little twisted tissue. All right, I'm going to put these together. I'm just going to put that tissue in one place in the yellow and one in the empty. Take my other tissue, do the same, put one end in the blue and one end in the empty one. And now we sit and wait for 1 to 2 hours. 2 hours is really better.
2 hours later.
Welcome back for the end of our second experiment. Did you try yours? I'm so excited about seeing the end of mine. So you remember, this is our starting point, right? We had 1 blue water, 1 yellow water, and we put our tissues in and to see what would happen in the middle. You can already see, even at the beginning, that the water is climbing up the tissues. the tissues are absorbing the water. Now, let's see what happens after a couple of hours. Here is what I've got after having my experiment sit for 2 hours. Don't you just love that? That makes me so happy. So the blue has gone up in, the blue water has gone up into the middle, and the yellow water has gone up into the middle. That's why I like using blue and yellow, because it dramatically makes green. So the Kleenex have absorbed the water, and it brought it into the, and when they were full, when the Kleenex, so the tissues were full of water, it dumped its extra water out into the middle. So I don't have a name for that experiment yet, but that is the water absorption. And you know, sometimes people even do this with like 5 or even more lines of cups with different colors. So you do every other cup with the water in it. Okay, so that is all for today, my Kidstown friends. I am so happy that you're doing science with me, and I can't wait till next time. For now, goodbye from Auntie Sandy's Home Science Lab.